The best way to start using iBooks Author is to use one of the existing templates. Here I'm going to choose the basic template. Before we can design our custom book, we need to understand the structure of an iBook. The first part of an iBook is the cover. We'll be making a sample book about winter. Here you can change the title, and we'll come back and change the image. A book is also made up of chapters, sections, and pages. Pages are nested inside of sections, and sections are inside of chapters. From here we can add additional chapters, and then add additional sections, and then add additional pages with different formats. Pages and sections can also be rearranged by simply clicking on the section and then dragging it into another section or page. Here we remove section 2 completely from chapter 2, and here we'll be putting it back. Chapters, sections, and pages make up the table of contents. The table of contents seen here is automatically generated. We're going to add a second section to our book, and see here that the section is not nested inside the chapter yet, and we're going to move it around and put it right below the second section. Now we can give our section some names. We'll call this section A, and we'll call this section B. Once we go back to the table of contents, we'll see that A and B are reflected. Once sections and their pages are added, we can give our chapters a name. Maybe we'll call this first chapter Images. And then if we were to have a second chapter, we can call this Movies. Then go back to the table of contents and see that movies and images are being added to the table of contents automatically. Editing content and adding media are relatively easy. Simply select the content you would like to change. You can change the fonts, font size, color, and basic alignment. For additional text properties, click on the Inspector button. iBooks Author also has additional content in the form of shapes, tables, and charts. Again, to get any additional information about these objects, simply click on them and toggle the inspector on and off with the Inspector button. Here we are looking at additional properties for tables to increase the number of columns, decrease the number of rows, or add and remove any border properties, or change any table cell colors. To edit an existing image, click on the image and pan in and zoom out with the slider, or click on Edit Mask to pan the image around the mask. To move the image, simply toggle Edit Mask off and move the image into position. To change the image, click on the Media button, drag in any existing photos from iPhoto, and repeat the process. I've gone ahead and added in additional images, and now I'll be adding a blank page for the movies section. Then simply drag in any existing movies from iPhoto, and iBooks Author will optimize that movie for the iBook. I've added a second movie to our iBook. To preview it, simply click on the play button and get a preview of your movie. Many different types of advanced content exist. Here are just a few. From the Widgets button, we can add a gallery. A gallery consists of multiple images. From our Media Inspector, we can add in the existing images from iPhoto. and get a preview of how they might look. Another advanced widget is the popover. The popover contains text that can be edited to be associated with an image. Here we're going to add a popover to these two images. Up until now, we've had to preview our book inside of iBooks Author, but notice our popover images do not have popovers. To see the popovers, simply click on the preview button and this should launch iBooks itself. Again, we edit and create inside of iBooks Author and we preview our books inside of iBooks. And now our popovers appear, and even navigating back and forth, we see here's a gallery we created and the movie that was inserted, the first movie and the second movie. So this is a good way to view your work as you're creating it. Another way to preview your book is on the iPad itself. This is a good way to see how the end user or the end reader will see your finished product. From here, click Preview, then click the name of the iPad, and ensure that iBooks is running on the iPad itself. This will give you a chance to test out the features on the iPad. These features include tapping, swiping, pinching, and some of the interactive widgets such as the captions over the images and video.